And welcome back, everyone, to the Matinee Review, where two friends talk everything fucking shit. Yep. Where two friends talk everything matinee. Cool. Sounds good.
Stop.
It's okay.
You can just take it again if you want.
I guess. And welcome back, everyone, to the Matinee Review, where two friends talk everything entertainment, such as movies, animated features, television shows, video games, cartoons, and comic books. I am Justin.
I am Akili.
There we go.
You nailed that intro, bro. That was dope.
Yep, no mistakes ever. And,
Got him.
Yep. I might even just keep all that in.
Why not?
Yeah. Let everybody know that
We're not perfect.
that not only are mistakes made, but swear words are thrown out there as well.
Man, are they? I mean, we swear a little bit here and then, but yeah.
I do mark the box explicit content.
You do.
So,
That's why I feel I can get away with some of the things that I say.
Yeah,
Especially
well,
if I'm just
you know.
getting excited or if I'm really upset, like if you're talking about Nirvana Kid or something, then, I can get a little ragey.
right.
Because I know my mother's listening, so I try to, I even warned her one time. I was like, hey, so we're talking about this Nirvana Kid thing. I drop a pretty big F-bomb, so sorry about that. But I think you edited it out, so it's cool.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
is she not a fan of the F word?
If she would have had a problem with it, she for sure would have been like, well, you swear a lot on that thing, don't you? And then I'd be like, okay, sorry. So I think I'm okay.
We try to limit ourselves. I'm at least limiting myself. I enjoy
do too.
words.
I swear for the fans, because that's what the fans want to hear.
Right. Yeah.
Damn it.
As long as it's not putting down a race or just a nasty, horrible word for a woman, I'm good. Because
Because we use that word for men, so it's all good. Yeah. We'll see you next Tuesday.
Yeah.
Cool.
They never see it coming. Except if you're British. It's like, what? You know what I'm saying? No?
Other than that, how are you?
I'm good.
The week was okay?
Yeah.
Or the weekend was okay?
Weekend was good. Had a little bit of rain up at Fair. And
Okay.
yeah, that was towards the end of the day. It was getting, a little end of Terminator clouds coming in. And then just, we had some little bit of showers. Not really, just a little bit of rain, enough to wet the ground.
And
And
sprinkled and rained a little bit while I was at work in Oakland. So I was like, she was like, it's raining. It might rain tonight. I was like, well, it's raining here. So,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. Nope.
I think it's a little overcast today too, but whatever.
Yeah. Real rain comes next weekend because, final weekend.
Of course.
Right.
Of course.
Yeah.
Life finds a way.
Either way, life finds a way.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
It's going to be a little bit of a different episode due to the fact that this is a part 2 of a two-parter.
However, do you mean different? What do you mean different? Change already? I don't like it. What's going on?
Just
What
a
do you
little
mean?
bit of change.
What do you mean?
Brought to you in part by Jantams. We're going to skip the news this time.
Well, then, this will be the last episode of Matinee Review. If I don't get to perform, there's going to be just, that's fine. Should I take the headphones out? I'll do the news, and then I'll take the headphones off, and then we'll be good. It'll be great. How's that for change? How you like that?
You going to be okay?
Yeah, I'll be fine.
Okay. Just making sure.
I'll just calm down.
Okay. I don't know if I can get you a cranberry juice or something, but
Cranberry juice.
Yeah.
Cranberries. Ooh, I'm gonna tell my friend
yes.
Adam I got to do that on the on the podcast. Cool.
little inside joke there.
Well,
That's okay.
it's this thing from I forget the name of the show, but there was a character every time the word cranberries was said, he'd go cranberries, and so that's our whole thing. So he'll be juiced for that. Shout out to Adam there.
Dig it.
Boom.
All right. But yeah, we're going to skip the news this time, go directly into episodes 6, 7, 8, and 9.
Yes.
Yes.
Math.
Yeah.
The numbers.
We're going to just go directly into those for What If.
Okay.
And next week, since DC Fandom just also happened, you can tell when we're recording this, it's going to be nothing but news. So it's going to be just an all-new news episode next week, no news episode this week.
Sounds good.
Yeah. I said nudes, right? I didn't say nudes. All nudes episode.
An all nudes episode. Well, that works for the podcast. I mean, we'll just show nudes.
We're just going to talk about all the nudes.
Yeah, we'll show all the nudes, and it'll work.
Yeah. It's going to be our first YouTube episode. It's going to get taken down real quick.
Yeah.
So watch for it, folks.
Yeah.
like and subscribe.
Get there first. Get there early.
Hit the little bell button.
Get to the concert early. The opening band is going to be awesome.
And quick. So, yes. So should we just jump right in?
We'll skip the appetizers and go right in meat and potatoes, my man.
We will go for the meat and potatoes. Thank you much. I like the meat and the potatoes. Together makes a fine meal.
It does indeed.
Episode 6. What if Killmonger saved Tony Stark? I believe is what it's called.
Killmonger rescued Tony Stark? You nailed it.
I was close.
You nailed it.
I said saved.
Hey,
you know.
If this went to the judges, all thumbs up.
All right, I'll take it. It's not a perfect 10, but a 9.95. Hey. No one? All right.
Someone.
It's all right.
Someone out there.
Someone will like it.
Yeah, someone out there.
All right.
See, we're doing well.
The gears are moving.
What if
Killmonger
rescued Tony Stark, Justin?
Turns out some shit goes down.
Can I just say that I think if Black Panther, just as a character, were a villain, this is what it would look like.
Yeah.
This would be the origin story for the villain that becomes Black Panther.
Yeah.
Because Killmonger gets in his bag in every kind of way in this film, where it's just like, you're more methodical than I thought you could be, given with like, you know, I mean, they tell you up front, it's like, oh, this is one of the smartest dudes to ever do this shit. But it's just like, you don't really put it together until you put him with Tony Stark and you're like, oh, these dudes could literally just compete for top brain in the room.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. You know, well, I mean, at least when it came to the science aspect, Tony's got that, and he knew that. You're a genius in that route. Well, I'm a genius when it comes to planning stuff out.
When our powers combine.
They end up doing that, too. Starts off with the beginning of Iron Man. And instead of that bomb going off and putting all the shrapnel into his chest, it ends up getting tossed away by Killmonger.
Killmonger picks that thing up like a freaking football and just tosses it 80 yards
Yep.
downfield. Like, nope, not having this.
That was cool.
That was very cool.
Yeah.
And then proceeds to just, with precision, take out whoever's coming through from a distance. Doesn't matter. Just pick it up and just all-purpose fires. Just take people out, as you do.
Yeah. And what I liked about that and this episode was that Iron Man's the one movie that we've all seen the most. We've got the way the movie goes ingrained in our head, especially like Iron Man and Iron Man 2. I don't know about you, but when those movies came out, I was constantly watching all of them back to back over and over. So when I got to see this episode, seeing how everything changed with this was a lot of fun to watch. Especially just the little references that other characters make. You know, when it came to the whole press conference. Well, I'm fine, and I spilled my drink, which should be a war crime. And then he's like, and I'm going to make this guy the new head of security. But you get happy going, this is bullshit. That was going to be my job.
Right.
That's going to be my promotion. Which it was, at one point.
Right.
And then you remember, you go back to Iron Man 3 going like, oh yeah, you see what happens there.
Badge.
Yeah, badge. It's like, I think we should get rid of the entire human resources department. It's like, what?
Right.
Just eliminate it all. It's like, what? So those little references, especially like later on. But yeah, so we have the press conference and Killmonger just calls out Obadiah.
I mean, just blows that press conference all the way up.
Right.
So here, let me show you what I got. We did the test. Turns out, Obadiah Stane, you are the father. Just fucking blows his shit all the fuck up. Like, oh, you can Google it. It's online.
Right.
Like, oh,
I just put it online.
Shit.
Yeah. Just the look that he gives.
Man.
And Tony's like, oh, Tony. Like, oh. Like, I'm sorry. Like, what?
Right.
Like, what is this face? Like, you should just be running. So he tried. And Happy knocks the shit out of him.
Yeah.
I never liked that guy anyways.
Right. Yeah. So Killmonger and Tony becoming the best of friends at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And it's not that it's Iron Man 2, but it gives it an Iron Man 2 feel when they end up at the house having the party.
Yeah, they're hanging out afterwards and just like, oh, I had this idea, but nah, I had this thesis, but don't worry about it. And of course, Tony, what do you mean? He's like, well, I just had to want to build this drone and this, that, and the third. And Tony's like, I like building shit. Let's try to build some shit.
Yeah, and then he just also made him co-owner before that.
Mm-hmm.
And then you could just hear Pepper going like, kidding me?
Well, yeah, that's when Pepper decides to go on that little meeting with Rhodey.
Mm-hmm.
And we get one of my favorite lines in the whole show when she's asking, like, who's this Killmonger dude? And he's like, blah, blah, blah. And Cheadle's like, they're doing pretty good for a kid from Oakland. Like, yeah, motherfucker.
Right.
What? Say it again. Tell him again. Shit. Oakland represent.
Right.
Because that's where I'm from, everyone. So, yeah. Go Oakland. Yay.
So they go downstairs and decide that they are going to build his college thesis.
There's
is
a fun little line. Tony's like, well, maybe we can miniaturize an arc reactor. No, that's a dumb idea.
right. Yeah, and then Killmonger just busts out the ring, like, oh, we can use this.
Yeah.
They end up building a suit that doesn't do too great at first, but then ends up working just fine.
This reminds me of just the Iron Man video test that he did on himself, except they're doing it on this little drone machine.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's neat.
But then they need more
They do.
vibranium if they're going to be doing that.
They do.
Yeah. So they end up going and getting it from the man
They
himself.
try to set up this deal where they have Rhodey go and buy vibranium with Mr. Ulysses Claw.
Yes.
You have another great line in there where it's just like, he talks about $10 million, and he goes, Tony spends $10 million on a slow Tuesday in Vegas.
Right.
Shit.
Right.
Yeah, that was funny.
That's hilarious.
But then the meeting gets interrupted
It sure does.
in the best way possible.
Sure as shit. Look who comes through the friggin' window. Black Panther.
You're Pompey.
And it was just too cool. Yeah. Too cool to watch because he kicked some ass in that scene. And yeah, and it was also voiced by Don Cheadle, which is Don Cheadle, Chadwick Boseman. Hey, I got two people in my head. There's
the wrong black guy, Justin.
Hey! Don't. People make mistakes. I'm leaving this in because of that one. I'm leaving it in because of that one. Don Cheadle's in the scene. I've got people's names on my brain.
Got people's brains on your name.
I got people's brains on my names.
Oh, no.
Okay. Something's wrong with Justin.
Well, he's got brain name.
He's got brain name.
Chadwick Boseman, my man.
Thank you. I understand. It's Chadwick Boseman. Fucking jerk. Sorry, Ma. I used the curse word, but he was being a fucking jerk. Good God. That's fine. That's
Classic.
Okay. Sure it is. Sure it is.
I like this. This has been my favorite segment so far. It's all right. We're good here.
Okay.
And it gets a little sad.
It does.
It's nice for having fun because it gets a little sad.
Which, this segment or the scene in What If?
The segment already got sad.
It sure did.
The scene in What If gets a little sad because Killmonger, again, being Mr. Diabolical Planner guy here, man.
Yep. He just comes in and blasts everybody with a bunch of sound.
He takes out fucking Black Panther. He takes out Rhodey and then makes it look
Played by Don Cheadle.
Yeah. It makes a Killmonger played by Michael B. Jordan. So
right.
There we go. We got all our black guys.
Everybody's okay. We had Chadwick. We had Michael. We had Don. Just making sure everybody knows that I know who's who. Just, it's okay.
Yeah.
Not sitting over here with that whole scene. Samuel Jackson. Loved your commercial.
Right. Yeah. What's Super Bowl commercial? Makes it look like Rhodey killed Black Panther. And sets off a international incident.
Right.
Yeah.
I like the line of it's like I'm feeling this, but I'm really feeling this, and he just puts on the glove.
Throw some Bay Area slang in there. Gives him that little Oakland vibe. I love it.
Yep.
I love it.
No, it was good.
I think we kind of get a in a weird way, like, well, you know, we can touch on a little bit more, but I think what we get kind of for the rest of this film is kind of a Wakanda Forever, not necessarily a preview, but almost like a route to how Black Panther Part 2 could go if the Black Panther were to die, as happens in this episode.
Right.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, we're getting.
Right.
So, yeah, like you said, it definitely had that, you know, preview of what it's almost going to be. Yeah, just seeing them building the suits and then him bringing the suits to Ulysses and then, you know, like, let's go for a ride. And he's like, we should get out of here. And the moment that he calls him boy, you can just see that shift and it's like, oh, yeah, now I'm going to kill you. I was going to do it anyways, but now let's just talk about this. And just like, he's like, we need to get out of here. You know, don't want to get, you know, stabbed by a spear, all a bunch of savages. And he's like, yeah, you know, okay, well, boom.
Shit.
Yeah, you can't trust, like you said, can't trust those Wakandans. Bang! Yep. Shoots him in the face.
Yep.
So,
and then we get pretty much what we go from a different kind of first Iron Man to almost how Black Panther would have played out again if there was no T'Challa around.
Right.
Yeah, I think that this is because right here in my notes I was like, if Black Panther were a villain, because this would be like kind of the origin of how he infiltrated and
yeah,
you know, kind of did the damn thing.
And he comes in just basically like going, you know, just giving you guys some fair warning. Mm-hmm. Shit's about to go down. We should all fight. And they're like, who the hell are you? You know, it's like, yeah, trust me or not, we should all fight.
I'm long lost nephew.
Yeah, you know, I'm here.
Mm-hmm. I got the tat on the lip and everything, man. Let me in the dough.
Right.
Let me in the dough.
So
I'm surprised they did not recreate the "Hey Auntie" line, but because I kept expecting that to drop and it did not drop. And I was like, oh, all right, that's fine. Go watch the movie. Then.
Right.
Yeah, tell everybody go watch the movie. Different timeline.
yeah. So yeah, and the warning he gave is real and legit because there's a whole army that he built or had built at least and helped build on its way, being controlled by Jarvis and at least being controlled by the army and Jarvis.
Right. Thaddeus Ross has shown up. He's assumed control of Stark Industries for the zone. You know, he's leading the attack, and yeah, I like when they get to the place. They're like, I thought you said there was a city here, and then they drop the shield, like boom. It's like, oh shit, Wakanda, goddamn.
Right.
Yeah, so they go in, and it looks like they shut him down, and everybody's happy, but. You know, Killmonger presses a little button and they wake back up and he's like, oh, well, we gotta do this for Wakanda, you know, sitting.
Right. Well, I mean, he only turns him back on just basically because he's like, well, I mean, I'm here to stay. Let me, what else can I do to help? And he's like, yeah, you can help by breaking bread and drinking wine with me tonight. We'll party. This is great that they're all shut down. Nothing bad's going to happen. We're okay. And he's like, oh, well, you know, I want more than that. Just puts the button back on.
Right.
Yep. There we go. Look at that. Oh, they're all here and they're all, oh, no, this is not good. Let us fight.
Right. For T'Challa. And get that big moment.
That moment.
Angela Bassett's character's got tears in her eyes and delivers it. And everybody's like, yeah. And I was just like, fuck yeah. It's good stuff.
Yeah. The first one she did, she was a little more composed, but then like after the whole battle, once everything was looking good in their favor, and Killmonger was just kicking ass because he knows how to freaking do it at this point because he's like built the fucking thing. Correct. So it's like it's all a big show.
I guess I'm gonna have to freestyle.
And he's just Wakanding forever, and I'm like, you don't give a fuck about Wakanda.
Playing the game.
He really doesn't. Once they start winning, when she spears those two and then brings the freaking spear up between the two of them, just breaks their heads off and everything, and just throws it up there and screams for T'Challa. That moment, I was like, everybody got a little weepy.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
Yeah.
So then they give Killmonger the fucking title of Black Panther.
Right.
They fucking bury him in the ground, give him the soup, put him in the ground, and he gets to go to the astral plane, and we get to see a little speech.
Right.
From Chadwick, where he's just like, man, this isn't going to go how you want it to go.
Right.
And then it all kind of wraps up with You have Shuri and Pepper. Shuri gets into Pepper's office and she's like, hey, I want to help you bring down fucking Killmonger because he's bad. And she's like, I think he's bad too. And great, let's do something together to bring down bad. Yay.
And there it was.
And there it was.
And what was it? The line that he says, Watcher says at the end, heroes are never gone. They just inspire those who are left behind, or something like that.
Something like that. I didn't write it down. Usually,
heroes are never gone if they inspire those who are left behind to do what is right, or something along those lines.
There you go.
Now, I think if that wasn't added after Chadwick's passing, then again, there's some of these lines in it that were just too close to home with him and his situation.
Sure.
And then his passing, that they didn't even know about that. So, yeah. Again, great episode.
Indeed.
Yeah. Then we go into the next episode, which is a little bit lighter. It was very much like going from Thor Ragnarok to Infinity War.
Yep. Hey, y'all. Remember when we were having fun?
Yeah.
Remember all the fun we were having? Yeah, let's go ahead and have some fun because y'all forgot there's some Doom coming.
Yeah.
And Doom does indeed show up. But before we get Doom, we do get a very, very fun episode.
We get to have a party.
We do.
What if Thor was an only child?
What if Thor were an only child?
Yes.
Turns out, in the world that we saw, Odin's son finds Loki and takes him as his own, raises him with Thor. So Thor and basically grows up with a brother.
Right.
And because he grows up with this shenanigan-laced brother, he kind of forms he's like, well, somebody's got to be the good cop.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so in this world, Odin took the kid Loki back to the Frost Giants and created a truce. And so Thor, without a sense of a shenanigan-laced brother, got to do all the shenanigans on his own. And we have a very different Thor in front of us.
What if Thor was Van Wilder?
Man.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. Yeah. National Lampoon's Thor.
Man.
That, or a very 80s feel to it when it comes to the 80s movies and throwing parties and everything either going wrong or going incredibly right for the character. Or should I have said that the other way around? But it's still, I think that it was more right than wrong going for him in that episode. Because he was still having a good time even during the points where you would think like, this shit's bad on his end.
And he didn't, it's not like he knew what he was doing. So basically we get in this thing where...
we got a plane. Hold on a second.
Of course. There's the plane.
There it is.
There it is. There it is. Maybe that plane is delivering fresh chantams to people out there. Fresh garlic flowing in from all over the great places.
We could just drive it in. Get it from Gilroy.
I know. I just wanted to work chantam in there. That's what I do. We should create something for when the plane flies over. We're ready for it. Like, there's the plane. Beep, 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 beep. Plane time. Plane. Get to the plane. Get fly. Here comes the plane. Fly over. Jet
plane,
noises.
plane. Here come plane. There's that plane. Plane. There's the plane. The plane. Plane. There's that plane.
We can make it a whole fucking play like Danger Zone. Say, there's a
Right.
plane. Do you feel the need? The need for speed.
Gonna have to call Kenny Loggins.
To the Danger Zone.
Can we put this on? Are we allowed?
Probably not.
All right. So, what were we saying?
Well, I was going to say, interestingly enough, he was talking about how he's still having a good time, and I was saying, like, yeah, because he doesn't knows what's happening, because apparently what's happening is there's good old astrophysicist Jane Foster is there with Darcy. I think both Portman and Kat Dennings showed up to do. Yep, they did. So yeah, both Natalie Portman and Kat Dennings show up to voice Jane Foster and Darcy Lewis, and they're basically doing what they're doing at the beginning of the first Thor. Mm-hmm. They're tracking some kind of movement. They're like, hey, something's about to show up. In fact, Jane Foster has told the government, hey, we've been tracking this anomaly, and wherever it shows up, things are getting jacked up, so it's coming to Earth. And everybody's like, silly lady. But sure enough, here comes the sky beam, and boom, Thor touches down. He's like, people of Earth, we came here to party.
Right.
Touches down in Las Vegas?
Yes. So Vegas it is, because where else can you just show up like that and just start throwing a party? Downtown LA, they'd be like, what? What's going on here? Cops would be called.
Here's what's happened is Odin has fallen into the Odin sleep. And so Thor's mother is just like a Frigga. She's like, oh, great. So I'm going to go hang with my sisters. I just want you to do some studying. And Thor's like, oh, yeah, I'll grab the study group. We'll go and study. It'll be awesome. Oh, great. Turns out, nah, he's going and throwing these parties. But, because of what's happening with the power of the parties, he's kind of destroying worlds.
Yes.
And now he's on Earth, and we don't like that.
No. Yeah, party till the planet blows up? No.
But he's throwing this big party in Las Vegas. A lot of fun stuff happens.
Everybody shows up.
Loki shows up. We get to see what would have happened if Loki grew into the frost giant I guess he was supposed to be. He's all huge.
Right.
Yep.
And then...
Brother from another mother. They're all super cool.
Grandmaster shows up.
Jeff Goldblum showed up.
What did I say? I love cake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I didn't see you down there. Almost stood on you. And it's just a whole other,
Right.
Oh yeah, we partied so hard once. A man's over there. He woke up with a goat. Isn't that right? I named him
Gary. Yep.
Release the phone.
Ruin the party. Yes.
I want a soundbite of Jeff Goldblum just saying "release the phone."
Yeah, that would be a good text message.
Yeah. You have I always forget her name. It's Gamora's sister,
Nebula.
Nebula's at the crap table talking about Mama needs a new eye.
Right.
Darcy starts a thing with Howard the Duck, and we get some Darcy and Duck action.
Yes, Howard the Duck does show up, which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even going to stop with that plane flying over. But Howard the Duck does show up, and it's voiced by Seth Green, because why not?
Yeah, because why not, man?
Does a good job.
Mm-hmm. But, all this partying, we can't have it. Acting director Maria Hill of S.H.I.E.L.D. shows up, and you're like, acting director? But Nick Fury's acting director. Nah, turns out Nick Fury tried to come down and stop all this nonsense, but he got, launched into orbit by running Kong, I believe. Is that what
not into orbit? He got launched far enough to be in a coma and just bashed to shit.
Yeah, I know. He gets
by Korg.
Smash.
Yeah.
But we get this great Korg. Right. We get this great Samuel Jackson moment where it's motherfucker.
Right.
Almost drops the MFer, but doesn't, because you see all those memes and stuff out there where it's like, I'm going to tell my kids this person was this, or I'm going to tell my kids this was blah blah blah. Yeah, no, I'm going to tell my kids that Bernie Mac and Samuel Jackson created the word motherfucker.
It's a good meme.
Yeah.
Should make that now before somebody else does.
I've now put it on the podcast, so it's there. Boom. Someone can do it. Just give me 25 cents every time you get money from it or something.
Right. Right. That'll happen.
So anyway, Maria Hill's like, yeah, we have to shut this down, man. So I called some help. Carol Danvers pops in, good old Captain Marvel herself, and gives off this great opening line. She's like, hey, Whitesnake.
Right. She does some good openers in the next couple episodes. Yeah. This one was good. Yeah. Whitesnake.
Yeah. You know what you are? We have a word for people like you.
Party pooper. And I loved it. Right when it happens, it's like, you know what you are? You're a party pooper. And in the background, you just hear, hey. It's just...
Right. You hear the one guy.
Right.
I even wrote that down. I have a note that says party pooper background.
Right. This guy just
there is a dude.
Burn.
Yeah. Got him.
Yeah.
Burned him. Love it.
It's too funny. Everything about that episode, it almost had that feel of a lot of improv done by Chris Hemsworth.
Mm-hmm.
If none of that was improv, then whoever's writing him just knows his humor. because that was just all the lines that he delivered were hilarious.
Yeah.
Every single one of them.
For sure. You know, it's another version of Thor that Hemsworth gets to play, where it's just like, yeah, you know, you get to be this arrogant, just, you know, it's kind of more of like a classic Thor, like you know, where, you know, I say classic, where like, you know, Thor, I guess in the old sense, was kind of a dick and just kind of all about him and this, that, and the third. So, you know, it's fun, but he brings a whole level of just humor to it. And, you know, Chris Hemsworth's a funny guy.
He really
He
is.
starts right off, how about you? He's throwing it, bang, hammering. Get it?
Right.
And then we get Captain Marvel vs. Thor, which just this whole fight, from the music to the action, it's the fight we never knew we wanted.
Right. No,
and it just makes me think of the one scene in Endgame where he's just walking up to her and he reaches out for Mjolnir and he grabs it and she doesn't flinch. He's just like, I like this one.
Oh, it was Stormbreaker.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. He has Stormbreaker at this point.
Yeah.
And he's just like, I like this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no,
they have this really fun fight.
When he launches her out of France, and then you just see the continent, and it looked just like a map, just all lit up, just like the lights. It just says France.
Yeah.
This is too fucking good. Too hilarious. And yeah, he ends up just launching her to another continent. And they go to Scotland. As she saves Stonehenge from possibly toppling over, she gives him that line of like, hey, be careful. These are, well, we don't know what these are, but just, you know, and he's like, no, I just have to do just a little, and then flick.
Bing. Yeah.
And knocks them all down.
Knocked over your rocks.
Sorry.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And yeah, he just end up getting just knock down, drag out fight. And the fight is just too good. When I was watching it, I'm sitting there going, God, the choreography just, yeah, they had it down. Mm-hmm. Like I said, if this is not motion captured in any way, then animation's great at this point. There's another plane, everybody. Yeah. I'm leaving them in. I'm done. Until we get a studio, you all get to hear my planes. Plane time.
Right into the danger zone.
The plane.
The need for speed.
Get off my plane.
I want these motherfucking snakes off this motherfucking plane. See?
Yeah.
It's fun.
We're going to do that from now on. I'm just going to have plane references.
All the plane lines. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Great.
Just don't call me Shirley.
Right. I just want to tell you both good luck. We're all counting on you. So there's all these parties happening all over the world. We got the dude like hitting on the Statue of Liberty and all this other shit's going on. And then like there's the end of this fight and Maria Hill's like, well, I got to put an end to this. So I'm going to drop some nukes on fucking Thor.
Right.
Fuck it. But good old Jane Foster doing what a lot of men kind of hope their girlfriends don't really do when shit gets bad is she finds out a way. She's like, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to call your mother.
No, there's another plane. Plane time.
She tracks down Heimdall. She contacts Heimdall. And Heimdall bamps Jane Foster in front of Frigga. And she's just like, yeah, so here's what your son's doing. And Frigga, not about that.
I loved when she called out for Heimdall, though.
Heimdall.
Well, I guess it's not working. Here, let me try. Would the owner of the navy blue Prius... Oh, man.
Darcy mad funny in this episode.
She really is. She really is.
I could go on. Let me. It's funny.
I thought you were going to be all like a male and stuff, and like you're all not. Yeah. Which is funny because everybody was like, Captain Marvel was a guy, and he had the bracelets and the papa can't be a woman.
Oh,
yeah.
Brie Larson alone, everyone. She's fine. Leave her alone.
Yeah,
you'll be fine. She does a good job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did make Captain Marvel smile in this episode a lot more. But yeah.
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 Like I said, a little subdued, but she's just always about her, you know, she's always about her business. That's all it is.
Yeah.
She has to be that serious.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But Frigga kind of letting Thor know, like, hey, so I've been hearing about you're kind of chilling on Earth. And what's all this about? And he's like, nah, we're doing some studies. And all this is happening in front of Maria Hill and
Right.
everybody can see it. Even
Did
Miss
he say
Marvel standing
mother?
there right, Miss Marvel standing there and yeah, just getting a little talking to, and she's like, okay, well, that's great. Either way, I'm coming there, so I want to see your study group in person. And Bam's out, and Thor's like, we gotta go. We gotta clean up. My mother's coming.
Right. I just love that. It's like the classic movie moment of, yeah, hi, honey. With the whatever the movie didn't end up happening. We'll be home in 20 minutes. Get everybody out. Just like holy shit, that moment of everybody get the fuck out.
We've all
Go.
seen
Let's
that
go.
movie before. Yeah, we've all seen the movie. You can there's ones you can name. Be too. I'm too far gone. Whatever is to kind of like this movie. But we've all seen the movie. Oh shit, mom and dad are coming home. We gotta make it look like nothing happened. You know. And then I told her we were gonna be doing this, so we also have to fake this as well, because it's like a whole thing. We have to make a study group. You have to help me. You don't understand. My mother's coming.
Right.
Even my mom was like, "I'm watching this Thor episode. It's really funny. He's worried his mom's coming back."
Right.
You see everybody trying to put everything back together, and he straightens the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
That part. That part. That was my mother's favorite part. I ended up watching this one with her, and when he leaned it back up, she just turned to me with that, "Oh my God, look!" Like, yep, they did
really
that.
funny.
It's good, funny, good, funny moment.
Yeah. And then he pulls it off in a very Ferris Bueller type.
That was a Superman 3 thing.
We gotta clean up, and I gotta get. They're coming home. I gotta make it look like I'm sick.
I just realized,
and sure enough, he's.
I have to interrupt.
Leading the study group.
I just realized that they stole that from Superman 3 of straightening the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Sorry, even though it was a funny
no
point.
No worries. I didn't realize it. Again, I think I've seen Superman 3 one time.
When he goes all evil, he ends up just going around and fucking shit up, and then he ends up just straightening the Leaning Tower of Pisa, and then the guy who's like selling all these models of it ends up like, oh no, what do I do now? And then
fucked his whole money game up.
Right,
Damn,
right,
Supes.
right.
That is evil.
Yeah. So then when he goes back to being good, he goes and he puts the lean back on the tower, and then you get the guy who just made all these brand new ones or of the tower just being straight up. He just takes his hat off and throws it on the ground. All stupid, angry.
So in that world, Superman was just evil the whole movie.
Basically, like, I mean, at that point, why?
He's just sitting up here fucking with your man's money the whole show. Just like, don't. He's over there fucking in a little cafe. Everybody's like, Superman is so great. And I'll tell you about Superman.
Right.
Super punk.
Right.
Super douche.
Yeah. What were we talking about again? Oh yeah.
So yeah, Mom is on Earth. She came back to find Thor and them actually studying.
Yeah, I love the chalkboard and everybody sitting all cross-legged.
She doesn't believe it. She's like, I don't trust it. And then Captain Marvel, bam, saying like, hey, here are those books you wanted on this, that, and the third.
Right.
And it's like, oh, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. I even put some documentaries on there and blah, blah, blah. He's like, so tiny, but contains so much. Like, and just gives it like those two of those. It goes two ways, this and you. So tiny, but contains so much.
But
good times. And then he goes, oh, wait, can't leave net. And need Mew Mew. And then it's all covered in graffiti and I think a bra and some what looked like Mardi Gras beads.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So that classic moment of everything's fine, the house is clean, but then somebody falls out of a closet or something drops down that shows that there was a party.
Yep.
And then the credits roll. Bum, bum, bum. But not in this one. No, the credits didn't roll at that point.
In this one, fucking, we get Thor going to Foster and just going like, so thanks for calling my mom. I thought we were cooler than that, but whatever. I want to take you out on a proper date. And so...
I just love the line of, I know this entire planet of all unicorns. Even the waiter's a unicorn. They're all unicorns.
And then...
something comes through.
You remember the end of Thor Ragnarok when it was like, oh, hey, so we got everybody on the ship. Me and Loki are cool. I have short hair. I'm awesome now. Like,
Everything's going to be great.
and then this big ship pops up, and you're like, oh, that's not good.
We have an "oh, that's not good" moment on this one, too.
So, like, all of a sudden, they're sitting there chilling, and then this crazy-looking Vision Ultron thing pops up, and he has 6 Infinity Stones, Justin.
And an entire army in between him.
The fuck is going on here?
Yeah. You just see basically Ultron at first, and then the helmet pops open, and then there's Vision.
Yeah.
And then we go to credits.
Then we go to credits.
Then we go into the next episode, which is tied to just that little moment right there. It's what if Ultron won?
Oh my god. Which already you're just like, not good.
No. You get to see at least how I think everything started.
Well, yeah, off bat you're already in this I think Watcher's just like, fucking sometimes in life things are great. Other times in life things are absolutely fucked. And we get to I think we just popped right into this post-apocalyptic world where shit's jacked up. Natasha's rolling around on a she's running from what look like Ultron bots
on her electric Harley.
And we have Hawkeye, who looks like a Winter Soldier arm and an awesome cloak of invisibility.
Right.
He just kind of turns and whoop, he's not there.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of Ultron bots, left and right flying in, and she's trying to fight him. He's taking him out with that one shot that I just loved of him putting up the bow and just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, just like one after another. Arrows just launching, boom, 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 boom. Yeah, he just lands them, and then when they land next to him, and he ends up, uncloaking, and he's just taking them all out. I was watching it, going, yeah, too cool. I mean, everybody shits on Hawkeye, and everybody's like, Hawkeye series, why? I can't wait. Yeah, I dig anything that, back in the day when it was before Hawkeye and all that, it was Robin Hood for me. And then Kevin Costner kind of screwed that one up. And then, yeah, Green Arrow, Hawkeye, I've dug those characters because they're just regular people in a situation and having to just kind of work with a whole bunch of other people that either have crazy armor on or superpowers. But yeah, sorry. There's me going off on another little ramble again. No. But he does his thing, and then he gets thrown off a building, and for some reason survives. And it was a tall building, so that was my gripe number one. He didn't die. I get it. There was a slope, and he rolled, but he didn't die. Okay.
His arm saved him.
It wasn't on him at the time. It got ripped off.
Oh, right. That's true.
See?
Well,
nah.
Because he's Hawkeye. He's been through shit.
I've been through shit. I will not survive if I fall off a building, especially that far.
But you're not Hawkeye.
Well, I'm not Hawkeye, but he's not Captain America. And Captain America had to put a shield down in order to make it so that way he, getting direct concrete, impact still hurt him. He was able to get up and do his thing, but no.
Maybe it wasn't as high as you think here. I mean, he's still in top physical condition.
Watch the episode again. It's pretty high.
I'm just saying.
It's pretty high.
He's in top physical condition.
Okay.
Who knows?
Cool.
He's hardened by the end of this world, and he's barely hanging on by a thread. So.
Well, I need to start working out.
Yeah. Indeed.
In case I fall off a building.
There you go.
Yeah. Flexing. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's happening.
That's what a flexing sound sounds like. Or you're trying to open a jar of pickles and being unsuccessful.
Shh. Don't tell them. I'm so weak.
So we get this whole opening little round montage of this battle, this craziness, and the Watcher tells us, let's just update everybody. You remember how Tony Stark wanted to build a suit of armor around the world, so he made Ultron. And Ultron got created, and he wanted to make this body for himself, which was Vision. Remember in the world that y'all saw?
He said in your universe, which I loved. He was actually talking to us. He's like, in your universe, everything went well. And this one...
They got stopped, and it created Vision. And
right.
You created the hero Vision, and everything was all good. Well, in this world, Ultron got exactly what he wanted, and it went all bad.
Yep.
It went all bad to the point where he's sitting there doing his thing. He's like, okay, I'm trying to wipe everyone out. He launches all the nuclear missiles. It's like, yeah, I'm just gonna take control of everything.
That shot with Natasha and Hawkeye watching that too was like,
yeah,
that was a bit much. I was like, whoa, because
he launches all the missiles.
Yeah,
all of them. Takes out everything, and he's sitting there and he's like, huh, peace.
I've done it.
And then who shows up?
Mr. Inevitable himself.
Fucking Thanos shows up, and Ultron goes, oh look, zip, I'll take that.
Not so inevitable. Yeah. Just kind of makes you go like, really? He could have just done that? I mean,
yeah.
There's the end of Infinity War.
Yeah, but he's
damaged and he's not healing. He can still put a beam out there.
Hell, he's in love, for crying out loud. Who knows, man? Who knows, man?
Blinded by love.
But yeah, Ultron does all this, and then he gets the Infinity Gauntlet, and
he becomes the Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah,
yeah. Like he
puts himself in a suit of.
He makes a suit that can contain all of it.
He basically makes an Ultron suit, but has the stones in it, and he proceeds to go on a Destruction World tour. I mean, he goes to Asgard, he goes to the Sovereign, he goes to Sakaar, he takes out Ego, he takes out Xandar. He just, he starts destroying shit.
He takes out Captain Marvel while he's taking out Xandar, which I love that introduction. She was like, hey, Skynet.
Listen, Skynet.
Yeah. I've seen the whole Murderbot movie, and I tell you, I don't think it needs a sequel, which I loved. Like, you still haven't seen it yet, huh? Because it was great. So, yeah, he just ends up taking everything out. And then he's just sitting there and floating through the universe on a rock. And then that's when we get the narration, because, the Watcher's talking to us about this whole thing, and which, at first I thought maybe he was telling a story when he said, in your universe. Like maybe he was talking to somebody else. But no, he was just talking to us. So he starts narrating, talking about how this guy's all by himself and thinking about what the hell he's going to do next now that he's all alone and there's no more purpose. And then you just have Ultron going, who said that? Where are you? And he's like, wait a minute. Then, and that's when Ultron then noticed the wait, what? And then just, he's looking at him. It's like, I think I can see you, and I
can see you.
Yeah.
I can sense you.
Yeah.
So there's other
universes,
other dimensions. I will find you.
Yeah. And it's like,
Watcher's like, well, that's not good.
Right. I've seen the end of everything. I know how everything goes. What the hell is this?
Didn't see that coming. So the Watcher gets, it's not the first time he's been sensed. But now he's been just flat out seen.
Right.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Again, it kind of goes back to something I was saying in part one, where what I very much like is the evolution of the Watcher's involvement in the series, where he's gone from kind of just a voice, and then you started to see him like in the background. Characters in the story start to sense him, and he starts to interact with people in the show, and then now he's a character in the episode. I think I've enjoyed the evolution of the Watcher's involvement. It's been really neat.
Yeah. I have to say there's some really epic posters that I'd love to have, just some like shots of him, just his head off in the distance, and then like
you just see like his eyes and whatnot.
Yeah, but the specific shot in my head is the one with Killmonger looking over Wakanda, and then you got the Watcher right there in the clouds over off into the mountains and into the distance, and it just that shot alone was like, yeah, I want that. That's a poster.
Yeah,
certain shots in the movies that, and now the cartoons that are just worthy enough to have on your wall in a nice frame, and that is definitely one of them. We'll talk about another one coming up. But yeah, so at this point, then we have Watcher watching watching over Black Widow and Hawkeye when they go to look through the Russian version of Raiders, which he even he even mentions when they go in, like, all right.
Yeah, he does. That's right.
You ever seen Raiders?
Right.
Of Lost Ark? I love that movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's hilarious because it's just endless racks and rows of boxes. That's it. Files. Whatever the hell else. Because even then, when they're going through everything, they end up finding what looks like the Red Guardian's shield.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I do remember. Yeah. It's just, I mean, how can you not think of, I thought of, I was sitting there watching it with the lady, and we both thought of Indiana Jones right away. She thought of Warehouse 13 as well, which was
right.
Yeah, but that was a pretty cool show. But yeah, and now they got to rifle through all these files, and it's like, pick one and just get to work. It's like, oh, this is real. Can you imagine? So you're you got Hawkeye going through his head, and after all this, he's like, I'm barely holding on here because she's trying to joke, but like, you are barely holding on, and then it's like, oh, now I just get to rifle through all these files and look through all, like, I just want to die, like,
right.
The hell's going on today? Oh man.
Yeah, and then he just basically gives up on what is the box that he needs. He's like, I can't do this anymore.
Watcher don't like that.
No,
you're right there. You're right there. You're right there. Just yeah, but it's right there.
he gives this line where it's like, you're human. You hold hope in the worst of times, or against the worst of odds.
Against the worst of odds.
And,
I wrote that down.
Yeah, great line.
That's a very great line. It's a very great line. Yeah.
And just at that point, you could just see it that I don't have an arm anymore. I'm fighting for what? I don't understand. There's nobody left.
His fam got
literally
nuked, man. Everybody got nuked.
Everybody, yeah.
Yeah.
It was basically the two of them and maybe whoever survived throughout, and then they watched them die probably too. So, that was it. They were it. And he was done. Sure as shit, she goes and starts going through the same box, and she's like, oh, you're going to be really pissed. And he was.
You're gonna
like, no, that was my box.
Yeah. That was my box.
Right.
Jeremy Renner. Love it.
Yep. And they end up going to, where'd they go? They go to the same place.
They go to Siberia.
In Civil War.
Mm-hmm.
Same exact spot that had all those other Winter Soldiers in there. So, yeah, and then we find a computer.
We do. We find
Computer.
We find the Aaron Zola. Aaron Zola.
Arnim
Zola. Gorgonzola. It's a cheese.
Gorgonzola.
You'll love it.
Brought to you by Marvel.
Eat it.
You can get the garlic version down at Chantam's.
Yes, garlic gorgonzola. Mm-hmm. Garlic gorgonzola. Can you say tongue twister, everybody?
Yeah, it's fun for the kids to say. They'll be on the balloons that we give them.
Sorry, I'm thinking in my head. Garlic gorgonzola. Garlic gorgonzola.
Yeah.
It's just basically one of those things you would say before warming up.
I was absolutely not going to attempt it.
Garlic gorgonzola. Garlic. Yeah,
go for it. Yeah, you nailed it.
I'm done.
Boom. First
garlic gorgonzola.
All right. So there's
we found
there's
our
Zola.
tangent. We found our little Armin Zola. Yeah.
Is it Armin or Arnon? Arnhem. I think it's Arnhem.
Is it Arnhem?
I think it's Arnhem. I could be wrong.
No,
we both could be wrong.
No, it's Arnhem. You're right.
All right.
You're correct.
There it is. I'm sorry.
No, not at all. You're correct.
I don't want to be correct. I have to be wrong.
Arnim Zola. Yeah.
Yeah.
They have a little conversation with Arnim Zola. And they're like, hey, so the world went to shit. We kind of need your help. You need to bring down.
You want me to Do you want me to get into?
I'm doing a dude from Ghostbusters. Not a good Arn Zola at all.
You're
but
doing pretty much. No, you're doing a
alright.
good version. It's not you. You have to go a little more up here for him in Ghostbusters. But why are you came?
Yeah.
But the other guy, you were spot on with his pitch. You know.
Well, anyway.
So yeah, no. Then they basically say that we need your help, and he goes, yeah. Why would you think that I would help you? And I love that moment of, well, I've wrecked many a computers this way, or many a hard drives. And he just kind of holds his. It's just that one drop, and you just see the camera do this perfect little cartoon moment where it's like 9, like he's looking up, down, like no, oh, and then you just see it look back, fine, have it your way,
Right.
But it, just that moment alone was really cool because the character was basically a giant robot in the comic books. Was a giant robot with like a camera for a head, and his chest had a display screen that had the face of Zola on it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that right there, when you're seeing that little camera moving around, that was
Nice.
cool.
Nice
Nice
very
little
nice.
throwback to the comic books there.
Throw it back.
Yeah. So it was in Civil War, but this one was a little bit more of an updated camera, especially since it moved. Anywho,
So they need to take Arn Zola with them because they with the plan, it looks like, is to put him in this arrow and then try to shoot Ultron with this arrow, Ultravision. Ooh.
or just any, just one
that's,
of
that's his name from going forward. Ultravision.
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 All right,
Yep.
sounds good.
I know.
Don't pat yourself on the back too hard, there, buddy. You're gonna hurt yourself. You'll leave a bruise.
That's all right. I'll take it. So yeah, they want to shoot Ultravision with this arrow uploaded with Arn Zola.
Right. Well, they basically wanted to, they were going to just put it into one of the bots, and then that bot would then be, because every bot's connected to everything. So he's connected to every single, he's connected to every single drone. So at that point, if they just jam it into a drone and upload the virus or Zola, then it would just then connect to everything and then connect to
That's right.
Ultravision.
That's right. That's what they wanted to do.
Right.
It's just to put it into any old fucking first one that comes through the door. Man.
Ultravision Tron.
I
It
have
just sounds like a TV. Go ahead.
I have a it's like WandaVision. It's
Ultravision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a note that says animation versus real life action. Love it. What that means is basically because of because we're human and we don't want to kill people making movies and doing all this. There's just certain things that you can't have humans do in quick time, or even if you do it, that's why you have stunt men, because you don't want your actors and all that to get hurt. One of the greatest things I've always loved about animation, I'm sure I'm not alone, is that when you don't have to worry about that, you can have your characters do these awesome things. And we've spoken about the animation coming up to this point, and I loved this. This was probably one of my favorite action sequences in the whole run, is when they're trying to escape from all these Ultrabots, and they're going up that shaft, they're fighting their way up. There's just some amazing animation that happens.
I agree. It just a lot of the stuff that you see in that, and then also going back to what I said about posters, we're going to get to a point where there was another poster, or at least, picture that I would want on my wall as well.
It's the same note that I have.
Probably.
Ooh, if we're in sync, that'll be awesome. That'll be awesome. Because we already have the quote, so we both wrote the quote down. So this is or maybe you didn't write it down. You probably just remembered it because your brain's cool like that.
Not really. I mean, you know me with names.
That's just with names, that's you remember the whole quote. That's pretty good.
Hey.
But brains are funny, man. Like I remember like jingles from like commercials when I was a kid, or just random kids movie things that I used to watch, and that I can't remember important things. It's pretty weird.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like when I went out for a Joey Isuzu commercial when I was, I don't know, 5, maybe 6, and I couldn't for the life of me remember the lines then, but I can remember the lines perfectly now. It goes faster, corners easier, and it only costs $1. Trust me.
Joey Suzu is a liar. Joey Suzu's pants on fire.
Could I remember it then? No, I'm like,
Damn it.
good times.
And you've been blacklisted ever since.
That's right. Hollywood hates me. That's why I started a podcast. It's that damn kid who couldn't remember his lines. Get rid of him.
Right. Who wants an actor that can't remember his lines?
I remember everyone else's.
Well, shit. That helps. No one.
Shit.
Whatever. I'm leaving. You guys are mean.
So, yeah, no, at that point, we have an Ultron bot get shot in the eye. It uploads. And then he gets pulled in, the bot, as it's uploading.
Yes.
And it turns out it really works.
Yes.
He stands up going,
Yes, I have done it, and it's like 54 seconds until the virus is uploaded to all of them.
and then she's like, great, and shoots his legs out.
Yeah. Right.
To be safe.
Because you never know.
Just to be safe.
Right.
Right.
Smart.
And so they end up having the virus goes off in a giant crazy green shockwave, and it doesn't work. So something happened. Something bad happened. Which I think we kind of skipped.
I'm too far away from the hive mind.
Or whatever. Something like that.
Right. I believe that we did skip the fact that Ultravision did, whatchamacallit, break through. Boom. Whatchamacallit. So, Ultravision did break through into the Watcher's area, into his little in-between world, and started fighting.
Yeah, he finds him. He throws hands on
Yes.
him. Yeah.
So, at that point, when they set off the virus to affect Ultron, or Ultravision, or Ultravisiontron, they then realize that, okay, yeah, this is supposed to work, but it's not working. What's going on? So they have to run. They're trying to get out as fast as possible. So when they go up the silo with all those cool stunts and moves that you said, that usually it's kind of hard for an actual actor to do, but this is all really well done, like I said.
Yeah, man.
Just when it comes to, like, if it's not, I'm going to say it again, I probably said it 10 times already, if it's not at all done with motion capture, man, artists are really getting it down. Like, really getting it down now. So, yeah, they're going up, and all these Ultron bots are just coming up the silo.
There are a lot of bots that are coming.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
Yeah. So he ends up like shooting an arrow that puts off a bunch of little discs around the silo area that then shoot off a bunch of energy and make a net, like an energy beam force field. And they start breaking through, at least a hand does, and shoots up at them as they're almost on their way out. And and Clint Barton ends up losing his footing, getting shot, and it's this little opposite moment,
Right.
where you have
We get this very
Black Widow
parallel universe in-game moment. Yeah.
and he's basically like, yeah, I told you I'm tired, can't do this anymore.
Yeah. Let me go.
Right.
Yeah. Done.
So at that point he jumps off and heroically screams and gives a final shot with what looks like a little tiny itty bitty, Moab, or maybe a Moab.
What are you trying to say? What is happening?
Mother of all bombs,
Oh,
Moabs, but it would be more of a mother of all arrows.
Are you having a stroke? What is going on?
What is wrong with him?
It's all right. Sorry. Got into technical
Moab,
terms when it comes to different
Moab,
uses of military objects and blah, blah, blah. I'm just
Like, oh no.
Anywho, so on the tip of this arrow, you can see that it's going to be something. And when I was talking about the poster, this shot of him in slow motion shooting,
I knew it.
that shot right there is that again was like, I want that.
Yeah.
Give me that. Give me all these other shots throughout this entire show that were just absolutely epic.
My note just says great Hawkeye shot, because it is a very, like, yeah, that could be on a poster, a T-shirt. That could be like a movie poster when you go to the theaters and you see like coming soon, fucking Hawkeye. Like you can put that up there.
Right.
It's just like, what the fuck?
Right.
Yeah, that looks dope.
Yeah, everything about that also screamed concept art, and they went, "Oh, we have to put this in."
Yeah.
This shot alone,
Right.
Like who drew this, it's getting in there. Like all of everything that you just put in, we're just gonna clean it up a little bit, match it to the animation, and your shot is the final shot, or at least for him. Yeah. So the Moab arrow goes off.
No, I'm not having a stroke.
And
Oh my god.
mother of all arrow bombs. Okay? You say it.
Nah, I'm good. I've heard you try and fail. Like, you know, like
Is it fail when you know
some-
that you're going to be sounding stupid?
someone in front of you is, you know, oh, go ahead and jump into the water. Yeah. Oh, fuck, it's cold. Like, nah. Okay. I'll wait a little bit. I'm just going to dip. I'm going to slide in. I'm not going to fucking.
Right.
Thank you for jumping into the pool first.
This is awful. Here, try this. Nope. You told me.
You have to jump.
warned
to the-
me, and
You
I'm
have
not
to
gonna
jump
join
into
in your
the
misery.
waters of Lake Minnetonka. Well, she jumps in. And she's, he's like, you're braver than me. I wouldn't have jumped in that water. This Prince just being a dick. He still ends up getting her in the end. He knew what he was doing. I guess when you're Prince, you don't have to try that hard. You just have to.
No.
You just were, and it was just like, yep, I want that one. And it's like, yeah. Anyway.
Prince can grab whoever he wanted.
And did. Anyway, we're talking about what if.
What if?
What if
That's
Prince?
right.
What if Prince were still alive? There's a what if for you. So Clint Barton dies, keeping it cheerful.
Right. And we then discover, because why didn't this work? You were supposed to work, and he's like, no, I do. It's just that, you know, this is supposed to go for anywhere in this known universe.
Right.
And if it hasn't affected him, that means that he is not in this known universe.
Crazy.
Which then we go back to the giant fight between
Ultron.
call him Ultron.
Ultravision v.
Ultron, Ultravisiontron.
Ultravision v.
Ultravision
Watcher.
Yes. And yeah.
I have a big
again-
note. I have a big note that says Kirby dots.
Oh, that was what I was about to say, because
shit.
yeah, the Kirby dots were strong with this one.
Holy hell, man. And just the
Someone listen to our
different
podcast.
colors of the Kirby dots, and yeah,
No.
it just everything. I mean, the Kirby dots all stay the same color; they're all black. But it's just when it comes to within all the different, you know, patterns of color, due to the fact that he's using the everything about the Infinity Gems, and yeah, just all the Kirby dots. Sorry, folks. Just it looks cool, and I'm glad they're finally using it in animation, and I hope we get to see it in live action. Yeah, that fight is too cool. Even the sound effects of the energy beams, you're just getting the arc of a lot of electricity, but then elongated and just making it last. It's really cool. Really cool.
We have a very cool line. You can't compute the power of my will. It's really dope when
Right.
that comes up.
When he then levels up,
Yeah, basically.
you know, gets his boss fight armor on, and yeah, that was pretty cool.
This fight is so nuts, Justin.
Yeah,
The dude gets smacked through multiverses,
yeah,
including one where we get to see like, I don't like. Here's the thing: I don't know a whole lot about the character because I don't want to jump too forward. If you want to discuss like the different things that we saw, but I just
Go ahead. No, we're there anyways.
Because it's like it's bam, he's in Wakanda, and bam, he's in some kind of fucking King Arthur place, but then bam, we see a bunch of scrolls.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Which may be a nod to the Secret Invasion.
I think so. I think you're probably right. And then, okay, like I said, I don't know a whole lot about the character. All I know is that when I was told about him, I was like, so what does he do? And they're like, well, he eats worlds. I was like, what do you mean?
Are you talking Galactus?
Yeah, man. We get to see Galactus, my guy.
No.
Yeah.
No, that was just Ultravision getting big enough to the point where he gets to eat the universe.
Oh, I thought that
or at least the galaxy.
I thought he got hit into a different thing, and then he basically saw Galactus eating a fucking thing, and then just like, yeah, oh, well.
Galactus is more of a planet eater, and he doesn't just like kind of sit there and eat it like an apple. It's more of a machine comes down, and he just sucks the life force and the energy, everything out of these planets to the point where they just crumble into nothingness.
Oh.
Then again,
well,
things have changed. I don't know. I haven't read a lot of current comics these days. I just remember just a giant dude with a giant machine and a bunch of giant host tentacle things that would come down and thunk, 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 just go into the planet, and the Fantastic Four would fight him. I don't remember exactly how, but they would fight him. So yes, there was, I believe that was at least a nice little nod, because seeing a giant face in the sky and then seeing it just bite down on the galaxy like a pizza was pretty cool.
Yes, well.
Pretty damn cool.
Well, my joy got diminished, definitely. Apparently, I've been all wrong about Galactus.
Well, I'm sorry.
No worries.
Let's put it on. Let's put the damn scene on, and maybe I'm wrong.
No, not at all. You're probably correct.
I don't want to diminish your joy.
Damn it. You're probably correct. I'll just cross this big. I wrote it in all caps too. I was so juiced. I'll just go ahead and. There we go. Cool. It is pretty cool. He knocks him into, I think it's New York, and then we get to see Steve Rogers getting sworn in as president.
Right.
That was neat.
Yeah. I have that shirt. Well, not that shirt, but a Captain America for President shirt. When I saw that, I was like, cool, man. Which I believe also at some point in the Ultimate Avengers run, or the Ultimate universe, that Captain America is Captain America and also the president.
Could be wrong. I think I heard that through the grapevine. If I'm wrong, I am sorry. Please do not judge us for our mistakes.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of them in this episode. Like, dang, I'm messing up. I'm messing up names. I'm messing up characters. I'm just not having a good day at the plate. That's okay.
Right.
That's okay.
I said Star Wars Visions was coming out in November in one episode.
Oh, but that was loads back. That's fine.
It's all right.
It's
That
fine.
was loads back. What is this, episode 9.5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're almost at episode 10.
I mean, technically, this would be episode 10, but I'm calling it 9.5.
Yeah.
It's a continuation.
I understand. It's clever.
There was no news.
Correct. There was no news with no jingle.
Yeah.
That's fine. Still
Can't be
fine
an
about
episode
it.
without jingle.
Well, we'll sang something.
It's an epilogue. We're doing an epilogue, not an episode. An epilogue to past episode. Fuck off. Anyway, so. Yeah. What were we saying? Took a bite like a pizza. Oh, no. Captain America.
Captain America is president.
Yeah. And then, he gives off that line where it's like, this is, you're participating. I don't remember the exact lines, but it's like you're participating now, or you're actually, this should be a lot more fun than just watching. And what was like a hell of a lot less creepy.
Right. Something like that. Yeah.
Which is funny because, this guy is basically just watching everything. Everything.
Right.
Like Heimdall has fucking nothing on this guy. So, yeah.
Good times.
Yeah.
He gets bashed even.
Gets his
Keeps
ass
getting
kicked.
like, yeah.
The Watcher
yeah,
gets
just
his ass
basically.
kicked. Ultravision throws hands on him, something wicked. Like there was a point I was worried about the Watcher. I was like, this is not going well at all.
Right. Well, especially when he just like that point where you said where he was just punching him through different points of time, different multiverses, and then smacks him into one where it's just this giant ice crater, and everything's fucked.
You can't.
And yeah,
all that watching. You can't watch a self-defense movie. You can't. You can't.
he
watch.
was doing fine.
What
He was holding his own for a while, but
was he though?
But he was. But this guy is I don't know.
He's
This is it.
Ultravision.
He's Ultravision. He's got all the Infinity Stones, and yeah, at that point he's about to absolutely just brain melt him. As you see the energy beams going like lightning arcs through his head, and then Watcher, just with a twist of his wrist and a flick of his finger, he opens some kind of portal and gets through and runs.
Yeah.
That you can run, but you cannot hide.
He rolls,
It does not matter.
he rolls a natural 20 on his escape, and he's able to fucking bamf the fuck out because it was getting ugly for your boy.
Was that a D&D reference?
It was
Cool.
I'm picking up on these things now.
cool. Woo! D&D's fun.
One day.
Yeah, you should
One
play.
day I will join.
You're perfect for D&D.
What's that supposed to mean?
Yeah, 'cause
Go ahead.
means you're a fucking nerd, like all of us. It's all good.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Perfect.
110%.
I mean, you don't have to be a nerd, but it definitely, adds a better sauce to the noodle,
Right. Yeah, no. I'm saucy.
Yes, you are. Indeed.
So we basically then get to the This is good. So we basically get to the end of the episode at that point where what his escape plan was to go to a universe where everything is gone except for this one small bubble, where we then see everything get connected when he then goes and asks for Doctor Strange.
Strange
help.
Supreme.
He's like, yeah.
Yeah. Come on down to Chad Tams, get your Strange Supreme.
That's right. The new Strange Supreme pizza.
What's strange about it?
Got another McGarlic on it. Garlic pizza.
Strange.
Strange.
And we slide it to you from across the room so you make it feel like it came from another dimension. Strange pizza. Don't worry, we got a nice steady bar. We'll be all fine.
We fling it through a ring of fire, and if you can catch it, you get it for free. You don't catch it, you gotta pay for it. You break it, you bought it. Chained hams.
I just had a thought. You watch this a bunch of these drunk people. Go ahead, fling it through the. I'll catch it. I would get free pizza. Don't. Hey, motherfucker said I get free pizza, I catch it. Go ahead, I'll catch it.
Ready? It's hot.
Oh, it's hot.
Welcome to Chained Hams.
Oh, shit. Oh, all right. Whew.
Yep.
That's funny. All right.
So,
That did bring us
Yes.
to the end of the episode.
yes, where he meets Strange, and Strange then goes like, oh, no, I want to hear you say it. It's like,
Right.
fine.
Of course.
I need your help.
Of course.
And that's what happens. And then get to the end of the episode. Kaboom!
You think
and
he's
there's
been
only
just
one
pacing back
more
and forth?
left.
I think he's been pacing back and forth inside that crystal, just going like, when that motherfucker shows back up, man, I'm gonna make him.
If
He's had a lot of time to just sit and pace inside that crystal.
Yeah. Yeah, probably. Who knows how long he was in there. But if he can also, put a spell up to extend his life, he's probably done that as well.
Last episode.
Yeah.
What if the Watcher broke his oath, Justin? He interfered a bit. And here's the thing. I would like to think that he more got interfered on.
Right. His hands were kind of...
He was still chilling in his pocket dimension, just like, I'm safe in my little... I got all my big screens. I'm watching everything. And Ultron's like, hello.
Right. I'm here to ruin your time. In fact, I'm here to destroy all time.
This your clubhouse? Oh, that's cute.
Right. What's this do? Boom. Sorry to break that. So, yeah. So, we start the episode off with Captain Carter doing her thing, I believe.
Captain Carter is basically, we get the recreation of the beginning of Captain America 2, The Winter Soldier, where
Right.
they bamf down onto the ship because they're trying to find George St. Pierre.
Mm-hmm. 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 And it seems that
I forget his character's,
Widow
his character's name, but I kind of don't care because it's
Batroc the Leaper,
there you go. Because Batroc.
because he leaps.
Because he's one of the greatest welterweights, and he's Hall of Famer, probably one of the arguably best MMA fighters of all time, George Rush St. Pierre. So
Blam.
that's what I'm going to call him. Yeah.
So Batroc the Pierre was on a ship just the same as, it's basically, yeah, like you said, beginning of Winter Soldier.
And it is actually George Rush St. Pierre doing the voice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Right?
It's wonderful.
And we have Haley Atwell back as Captain Carter, Peggy Carter.
And even down to when I say the recreation, even down to the, so are you free? It's blessed by an accounting likes you. And it's like this, the Natasha and,
Right.
and Captain Carter having the same kind of back and forth that they did. I was like, this is...
Would it make a difference if his name was Steve? And she's like, oh, just when I was beginning,
Burn. Yeah.
when I was beginning to think we were friends.
Burn.
Right.
That's a fuck you, bitch.
Right.
That's funny.
Yep.
Yeah. Would it help if his name was Steve?
Yeah. So she jumps down, jumps into the water the same way it happens in the movie, starts kicking some ass, and as she's fighting Batroc the Pierre, she gets then recruited by the Watcher. And then we start getting this recruitment montage.
Peggy Carter.
Right.
You have been chosen for something like that. I forget that.
You have been chosen. The chosen speech.
Yeah, we get a nice, like I said, it's almost a perfect recreation at the beginning of that movie. They get to throwing hands and all that. And, but once again, just great animation. Just really, really wonderful. So,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
So we get that first, and then I forgot the exact order. It was in.
Then it goes to, I'm going to try to get this right because I thought I did it correctly. Then it goes to Star-Lord helps Star-Lord.
Right.
We go
Fight
to
at the Dairy
we go
Queen.
to the Dairy Queen. Now, what's awesome about this is the first time that Ego bamped into the Dairy Queen, it was not voiced by Kurt Russell. This time, it was voiced by Kurt Russell. I thought that was awesome.
So the first one wasn't? That's strange.
No, I thought that was strange. I don't know. I thought that was strange as well. I was, yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
That's weird.
It is weird.
Time schedule, whatever.
Something.
Sorry, I can't record. I'm working on this.
Something. Or maybe that tag in to Star-Lord popping in at the end of that episode was thrown in. And so they Kurt Russell had already done all the lines that he needed to do. They thought he needed to do. And then they were like, oh, well, we have a new added scene. Hey, somebody come here and sound like Kurt Russell real quick. So,
Right.
yeah.
There it is.
But we do get Kurt Russell this time. And yeah, he's pretty much doing the whole thing to, I want to call him Star-Lord. He's not Peter Quill. He's kind of, taking, looks like he's taking his What is he doing? Taking his essence or something? What does he do? What's
He's trying to
his
suck
whole
the
thing?
life out
There
of
you
him,
go.
get the power out of him. You know, he has a bunch of kids, so that way they could be basically the battery source
Right.
to bring on the end of the world or the end of the universe, and just or whatever. At least expand him into everything. Yeah,
Yep.
you know,
But
psychotic bad guys want to do that type of stuff.
Star-Lord pops up.
Yep,
Star-Lord
And
from from the timeline where T'Challa is Star-Lord, and he saves Star-Lord pretty much.
then- yes,
Yeah, and then Watcher pops up again. It's T'Challa, you have been chosen. You know, Star-Lord. This current multiverse is Star-Lord, one time Prince of Wakanda or whatever. Like, you've been chosen. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
and then goes to
Oh no, and then that's right. That's right. Hold on. All the Guardians show up because Gamora's with him as well. I think.
right.
Or is
Everybody's
that
there fighting a battle there.
Yeah.
But he gets
Or
picked up. But the next one was basically also them trying to destroy. They were destroying the Infinity Gauntlets where Gamora shows up,
that's right. And Iron
and
Man's
it's
there. And
Iron Man, and yeah, and it looks
because
like
he's not you.
yeah, not you, Tony Stark.
But I thought it was interesting. He calls her Gamora, destroyer of Thanos. You've been chosen. I thought that was
Well,
very
she's wearing
interesting.
basically Thanos' outfit.
Yeah.
So,
I was just like,
Yeah.
huh, dig that, man. Like, and then he bamps to Wakanda, where shit's hit the fan for the current Black Panther,
yes,
because Shuri and Pepper have pretty much. I'm guessing they spilled the beans. So everybody's like, "Fuck this guy." So it's
Right.
getting real. But he gets plucked out of that, and then we get to my favorite.
I was going to go on a date. I was going to take a shower and wash my hair. And how about you?
Thor, you've been.
How about you?
Thor, you've been.
And you?
Hey, calm down.
Picks him up. Thor. Son of a... Yeah, dude. Screaming gives off. And it's just that moment also that ties back to Ragnarok when he's screaming and going, "You are now about to meet the Collector."
Just in the chair.
Right. And then all of a sudden, they're just in a pub, and he's still screaming.
And he's juiced. Oh, it's a little pub. Oh, great.
Right.
Could I have a beer?
Like, yeah, when he goes up, it's like, oh, can I have a beer? It's like, he just pops up. Yes! Boom!
Throwback to Strange, giving him a beer in which movie was it?
Well, I guess the end of Doctor Strange, but also in Thor Ragnarok.
Right, that's really more I was thinking.
Yeah.
More right. Yeah. That's
But it's a tag scene at the end of Doctor Strange as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Same scene, of course.
Right.
But you know what I mean.
I do know what you mean.
No, I'm saying.
That's why I was having a little trouble. Like,
You know where I am.
which movie was that? Because it was basically
Who am I?
in two movies.
Right. Mercy,
But yeah,
Boku.
they've everybody's in a room. Everybody's in this pub, and they get to see Watcher and Strange, and
Kind of give a speech of, yeah, you're all chosen.
mm-hmm.
There's a reason you're all doing this now. You're all here together. You are now known as the
Guardians of the Multiverse.
Oh,
Did it.
sorry. No, wrong movie.
Guardians of the Multiverse. Good name.
Pretty cool.
Good name. And yeah, they have to come together because it's like, yeah, so we're going to Ultravision done snapped, and he's a threat. So we need your help to help shut this shit down. What say you?
Aye.
Right, and they have a
Yep.
nice toast, and I wrote my note says Captain on Deck Doctor Strange toast, and why I have that is because it could be one of these things where one time when you give the Captain on Deck speech, it could just be this kind of just drawn out, just. Because he's sitting there toasting, everybody's waiting to drink, and he's just like, where, people always say that this and that, and blah, 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 blah.
It'd be hilarious if finally somebody, wow, in the middle of the speech, if I actually had a pistol, that would give off a good sound effect. The middle of the speech, the person all the way at the end just says, "Oh, sod it," and just starts drinking. And then as I'm still talking, I just reach over and just shoot without even looking, and the person just falls to the ground.
Oh yeah, you could work that bit in. Either falls to the ground or like could just have like water in it and then drop the tanker, makes it look like you shot it out of their hand or something like that.
Right.
Something. Someday we'll make it fun.
So yes. He gives that speech, and that very drawn out toast.
Yeah. They did the toast, and then it's time to go throw hands.
It wasn't really the time. They were kind of maybe trying to take a little bit more time to rest, but because Thor then gives up his toast huzzah, and fires a lightning bolt to the Guardians of the Multiverse, and then boom, lightning bolt goes off. It's like, I thought this place was inhabited, but it seems that it is, and then the game is on. Yeah, and we get one of the best. My favorite points is when Thor just basically says, "Don't worry, stand back, everyone. I've got this. Viva Las Vegas!" And just gives off that giant blast of lightning. And even while screaming it, the entire time just screaming it, Vegas!
there's hordes.
The line that he says at the end of it, just like, can't say I've heard that battle cry before.
Yeah.
Just
awesome.
Too funny.
Too great. And then
too funny. That Thor is basically, party Thor.
Party 100%. Thor. Party Thor.
So the fight begins.
The fight
is on.
And
it's not really
Dukaroo.
Yeah, there's not really much to say about said fight other than it is constant. Just keeps going. Then we get to the point where they're just trying to at least get one of the gems. And they get a gem.
They do.
And then they're trying to keep it from him. And I like that little moment of seeing the fight happen from the ground and just that single shot on the gem as it keeps constantly getting shifted slightly by people's feet.
Yes.
Then you see Peggy or Captain Carter fall to the ground, and then she reaches out for it and then gets moved and all this different shit. It's really cool shot. And then when they're trying to toss the gem away and toss it to somebody else in the team, that's when Black Widow shows up, catches it while on the motorcycle and goes, "Okay, who the hell are all you? I'm the only person left on this damn planet. Who are you?"
Good to see Mad Max Romanoff.
Right? Nice.
Yeah.
Mad Max Romanoff.
Yeah, I wrote that down.
The Mad Maxine Romanoff.
Ooh, there you go.
Nice. Teamwork.
That's fucking teamwork.
That's right.
Making the dream work.
Making the dream work, everybody. With teamwork. 100% of the time.
Up to my next note, which is in the pretty much the big moment. It's just I just put like action because like you said, it's just not.
It's just a bunch of action. Yeah,
it's really fun.
It's kind of hard to just
big boss
talk about how they were punching each other in the face constantly, and this people were being blasted into the side. Anyways, so the basically
for
the big
another
thing was
30, 40 extra minutes just talking about like, and this happened, and this happened.
The overall objective is to at least get that one gem, but then the gem gets put back on him, and now it's like, all right, everybody's screwed. He's taking the power. He's just blasting everybody, and Black Widow sees that she still has the arrow that has the chance of uploading him, and so they end up doing that, which is interesting. Didn't she already use that arrow? Didn't that arrow get used? Or was it just she's reusing it? Maybe that's what it was, because, they did pull it out of his eye.
Yeah.
Anywho, so she sees she still has the Zola arrow, and she teams up with Captain Carter, and she's like, I need distance and a shot, or whatever.
Something like that.
She uses Clint's
real
backup.
Real quick, before we talk about that shot and that end, could we talk real quick that the fucking Strange just throws a fucking horde of zombies on fucking Ultravision?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Ooh, zombies. I love zombies.
Because I have just a big note that says zombies. Because I was like, whoa, that was crazy.
That's not really going to stop them, though. Yeah, no, it's what came with them.
Yes.
And then it was that little Scarlet Witch fight type thing, which I loved
bitch.
at that point, because when he was fighting her, and I think they all just went to they went to a different dimension at that point because that was still back on that other planet.
Right. That was before we saw Mad Max Romanoff.
Right.
Yeah.
So that before all that, when they were still on that planet, that's right. And then he just like when he's fighting her, he just forget this and just destroys the planet. That's how he won the battle with her. Was like, I'm not going to sit here and just fight. Forget it. I'm just going to destroy the entire planet, and he does. So yeah. But then fast forwarding to the end of said episode, the fight is on.
Carter Widow tag team.
Right.
Yeah.
And she shoots the arrow after jumping off a building with her motorcycle. At the same time, Captain Carter is jumping on his back and lifting up the Ultron helmet to expose the Vision face, so that way the eye is accessible to the arrow. Mm-hmm. And the arrow goes right there into its target. Bullseye. And the upload has begun, where you get this little moment where you get the Zola and Vision speech, or like a little conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And the upload begins, and it basically takes out Ultron at that point. Am I wrong?
No, Zola is now in the
Ultron
basically
body.
in the armor. Yeah,
right. Mm-hmm. Which then the armor then gets transferred over to somebody, we don't know who, but then we realize that it is Killmonger.
Well, because what's been happening in the background this whole time is he's just been kind of studying this Ultron head and just kind of looking at it, and there's even a moment where I think it's Carter goes to Strange and looks at Killmonger. It's like, do you trust him? And, no, do you trust him? It's like, I don't trust anyone. I don't. Damn, they're like, can you trust him? I forget.
They mention it. They can just see that he's up to his own thing. He's up to his own. Yeah. He's minding his own business.
Right, just being Killmonger. Just being that dude. Yeah, because now he wants to
forms a suit and
he wants to try to take control of the eye there.
Everything.
Yeah,
he's like, like this is the way it should be. We can save your people. We can put you back where you belong. You can then find your love.
Don't you want to be with your guy?
Right.
God, don't you want to be with your guy? Just like that.
This is the only way. And he's like, and then you have T'Challa being like, cousin, don't do this. He's like, I'm sorry. I'm not your cousin.
Yeah. Well, fuck you then, bro.
Ow.
Yeah. Fuck you, bro.
But we then see one of the bots. I think it was just basically we see Vision, the Vision Ultron bot, stand up with his chest completely exposed, gaping open with a digital face, and it's Zola versus Killmonger. Because then Zola then pulls the gems off of Killmonger, and then Killmonger then just puts his hands out, and they both have this moment of holding back the gems, or no, I want it, you have it. It's a little Force, Last Jedi, trying to keep that lightsaber moment.
Right.
And at that point, that's when Strange realizes, wait a minute, we weren't meant to win, just keep them separated. Just to separate the gems.
You knew about everything. Yeah.
Yeah, so then he basically creates a small little bubble to keep them in.
It gives Strange something to do.
Right? Gives him a little show to watch.
Heard you're stuck in a gym. Nothing to do. Here.
Here's two other people stuck in a gym.
Watch these two people stuck in a gym fighting
with something to do.
Fighting over this fucking thing. Here.
Right. Which he probably, using the time gem, he also probably put them in a constant loop.
Sure. No, they're just
there.
Stuck in that moment. Yeah. They're just fighting for this gym. Like, it's not like one of them's going to end up getting it. And, they're just, that's what they're doing for the time being. They're chilling.
Yep. So Watcher leaves him there to do that, and then goes to the bar or the pub with everybody else and says, all right, well, you guys are going to go back to the exact moment where you left. Nothing's going to change, and nobody else is going to know what happened. So
everybody's bamfing back, and then she's just like, yeah, I'm not going back. There's nothing.
Yeah, Black Widow's like, I'm not going to go back to a planet that's just like completely nuked and nobody else is alive, and I'm the last person. Why would you do that to me?
Right.
Why would I go back there? And he's like, you have to just go. And she's like, I'm not going to. I'm not leaving.
Right.
And he's like, all right, well, it was more, the door was more of a metaphor anyway. And everything just all of a sudden appears around them, and she's on a helicarrier.
In the middle of some shit.
In the middle of some shit, which is basically the battle with Nick Fury and Captain America and Captain Marvel fighting Loki and his army, because that was basically the episode that it's tied to. I love it. I love how they tied it to that episode too.
I do too.
And she was like, he says, in this planet, they've lost their Black Widow.
You're not mine, Natasha, but something tells me you can help or something like that.
Fury, yeah. Mm-hmm. So, he leaves her there, and then, we see Peggy go back to her time, and she gives Black Widow a big old hug, and she's like, are you okay? Did you hit your head? Like, what's wrong with you?
Right.
And, that's basically the end of the episode.
Or is it?
Yes. We have a little moment, know, after the Watcher says that he's going to do everything in his power to watch over, protect all the multiverses. You then get a scene where Peggy is notified by Black Widow that they found something. And they go to a giant shipping container that then has something in it. Why, it's the Hydra Stomper. And,
what? Yeah. And there's someone in it. What?
Amazing.
Hey, Peggy, don't you want to be with your guy?
Well, now she can, because it seems like instead of Winter Soldier being frozen through all that time, why, Mr. Steve Rogers and the Hydra Stomper have been frozen for some reason.
I think they're going to get their dance.
Which, again, I think we're going to find out what happens. I think that season 2 not only will connect to other things that we've seen in later movies or more recent movies, but also what's going to, it's going to connect to the previous season.
The Watcher will return.
So,
yeah.
Because if everything's connected, everything's connected.
And then with everything going on, you can tell all brand new what if stories. That's a thing.
Right.
Like, you can say, what if Shang-Chi became the leader of the Ten Rings?
Right. What if he never left? What if he never left the Ten Rings?
Right.
Right.
What if he did the assassination, then came back? It was like, I'm good. Like, I'm the guy now.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Craziness.
Cool.
Craziness.
Well, that was What If Season 1. This was dope. This was such a fun watching since Loki, where I was just like, man, I can't wait for next week. Man, I can't wait for next week.
Right. Every Wednesday was anticipated.
So much fun. I'd be interested to try to find some of the comics to read them.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure there's probably a hardback that just has them all, which, that would be a fun thing to collect, because I used to love those. Loved those comics. Favorite run as a kid. That was the episode, folks. That was part 2 of...
9.5.
Oh, that was the epilogue, folks. It wasn't an episode. It was an epilogue. So that was the epilogue, folks. And that is episodes... What was that? 6 through 9.
Yes.
Of What If. We've talked the season. Yeah, next week. Next week we're going to do all news. Nothing but news. All
news?
Yes, all news. We talked no news this weekend. So that's why it's an epilogue, not an episode. And next week we're going to be talking all news, because there's plenty of stuff that's happened, that's come out. And then we are also going to talk about what happened with DC Fandom and what they released. So when we talk about the news and we're done talking about the news, there's more news. So all news, nothing but news. And then after that, I believe Eternals comes out. So we're going to have to talk about Eternals.
Eternals.
And then there'll be a little space in between. I don't know exactly when any of the Star Wars stuff is. Well, we can talk about Star Wars Visions.
We could do Visions. Visions is all done. So we
did say we were going to do a Halloween episode.
We did say we were going to do a Halloween episode and talk about Candyman.
We might as well just do a non-Halloween episode and still talk about Candyman, because that comes out
either
at the end of this month or November, beginning of November.
Dope. I'm definitely going to pick
the Blu-rays and stuffs.
That I'm going to get on Blu-ray.
Right. That's
good. That's definitely an upgrade movie. So
there you go. Nice.
There you go.
All right. Well, then we'll just have to do that. We'll definitely be talking news next week, and then Eternals, and then we'll figure it out.
Yes,
so,
we will. We're just trying to figure it out as we go along. That's how we do this.
As everyone is. And then the plane flies over right at the end of the episode.
Yes. Yeah, the plane.
Highway to the danger zone. Chanting down into the danger zone and chanting.
I feel the need for speed.
And I feel the need for chantams.
Come on down to chantams, including the Strange Supreme.
That's right. You get a free pizza if you catch it when you throw it through a ring of fire.
Okay.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Gotta film that. We'll make them the best commercial that they deserve.
Jeez.
Best commercial that any Chantams could ever deserve is that commercial, and we will be filming it.
Oh man, I just want somebody to try to catch the pizza. Oh, it's hot.
Why do you use so much sauce? It's everywhere. It's burning me. No pizza needs this much sauce.
Oh Lord. Oh,
but it does taste like garlic, so that's good.
I am going to be at work, riding on a pallet jack through the freezer by myself, and I'm going to laugh out loud thinking about
just somebody catching a hot pizza.
Shit.
As it's flung through a ring of fire.
The Strange Supreme.
So, let's see. Where can they reach us? If anybody wants to be able to get in contact with us, you can email us at thematineereview@gmail.com.
Facts.
You can find us on Buzzsprout.
Facts.
By putting in The Matinee Review.
Facts.
And then that will give you the option of going to wherever you want to listen to it. It's pretty much on everything other than Pandora.
Yeah, I'm happy to say it's a pretty good list. Pretty long list.
Yes.
We're starting to get to the point where if you haven't heard us, you're just avoiding us at this point.
Or you just don't know about us and you've just found out about us, and welcome.
You are avoiding us. Don't do it. Let us into your homes. Let us into your hearts, man.
If they're listening to us right now, they let us. See?
Thank you.
There it is.
It worked.
Like magic. But yes, you can find us on all those things like Buzzsprout, and then that'll take you to the option of listening to us on Apple Podcasts or that good old thing called Spotify. We are on the Amazon Music. We are on iHeartRadio. We are on so many different things. So
many different things.
Find us, folks. Find us and give us a listen. Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy our insanity, because we have no other outlet other than this, and we need to get it out.
Yes, please.
Yes. So that is the episode, my friend.
Awesome.
Yes.
That was some pretty good meat and potatoes, man.
A lot of it.
Two episodes worth of meat and potatoes. I'm full.
Me too.
And I'm pleasantly full.
Yes.
It's wonderful.
Indeed.
It's like chicken soup for the soul, this thing. It's awesome.
Chantams for the soul.
Chantams for the soul. Yeah.
All right, man. So, that was a good episode.
That was a good episode.
We must say our goodbyes.
We'll say our goodbyes. As always, everybody, thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. Love yourself. Love everybody. Get vaccinated. Stay safe. And as always, I am Akili.
And I am Justin.
We will see you on the next one.
Take care, everybody.
Peace.